everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to those of you that are new. My name is Imen, and I've had a couple new followers recently, so I just want to say welcome. Hello. For today's video, I wanted to do a Valentine's Day look, and I know this isn't like a Valentine's Day look for everybody, of course. I mean, everyone is different. This is my take on a Valentine's Day look. This is how I would want to do my makeup. This is how I feel very sexy, pretty, and confident, and very feminine. This is it for me. This is definitely a more on the glam side. This is not for your everyday girl. Like, there's definitely easier things that you can do, more natural looks for those kinds of people. But for me, this is what I love. This is what I think of when I think Valentine's Day look. And this is how I will be doing my makeup on Valentine's Day if I have any plans. And by the way it's looking, I probably won't. But yeah, I just want to go ahead and say happy Valentine's Day to you guys. If you guys are watching this after Valentine's Day, before, doesn't matter, whatever, happy Valentine's Day. Hope you guys are doing something fun, because you know I won't be. I actually, believe it or not, stuck to one palette throughout this whole look, you guys, so like kudos to me, you know. But yeah, it's pretty easy for the most part. The face is pretty much the same as I always do. So if you guys would like to see how I got my makeup like this, then just keep watching. Alright, so let's just start. And first, I'm going to be starting with my face today. So let's go ahead and get that primed. So I'm going to be using the Farsali Unicorn Essence Serum, I guess is what they call it, or skin enhancer. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this to go ahead and prime my skin. So I'm going to use another primer, and I'm using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer as well. And you know, I always use two primers. It is just extra. You really don't need to. I'm just an extra kind of girl, you know? And now for our foundation, I'm just going to be using a flat top kabuki brush. And of course, you guys always know I do this. I always mist my brush with a setting spray. This is kind of like a dewy setting spray, so it's just going to add a little bit more hydration and a little bit more of a glow and radiance to my skin. And for the foundation today, I'm going to be using my new obsession, you guys. It's the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Foundation. You guys, if you follow me on my Instagram, you already saw me mention this like a couple times, but I am so obsessed with this foundation. I wore it one day. We were like taking pictures for my friend. She just came out with these t-shirts, so we all were taking pictures for her, and I wore it that day, and it literally just made my skin look like flawless and just beautiful, and oh, it was just so pretty. So I am super invested in this foundation, to say the least. So I'm just gonna go ahead and squirt some onto my little palette. Mind you, this foundation is definitely on the liquidy side, so be careful. So now I'm just gonna go in and pat it on to the face. There's no rhyme or reason. This is how I always do my foundation. This foundation is more on the tan side, but I do have a tan on the rest of my body. So don't be alarmed now that you see like this orange cast going on my face right now. But yeah, this matches the rest of my body, so this worked for me. And I'm in the shade, what, medium 15? So medium 15. But you'll just see it just, oh my god, it just has the most beautiful finish. It's more on the liquidy side, so it's really, really lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like you have makeup on when you put it on. Something's like weird happening with my foundation. I don't know if it's my skincare, the brush, or what, but it's like flaking up. So for concealer today, I'm gonna again be mixing two, because hello, like I literally can't ever just use one product of something. Like I always have to use two. Honestly, I'm even surprised I even put on one foundation today, because I always wear two. Like I always put my Hourglass Vanish Stick foundation underneath any foundation that I use, which surprisingly I didn't do that today, because that's just how much I love this foundation just by itself. It's so beautiful, full coverage. I covered up everything, give a nice little color to my skin, and it just looks good. Concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Sand. And then I'm also going to be throwing on the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. This is in the shade 145. It's definitely on the light side, so I'm just going to be applying this just like right here to brighten up my eyes. I love this concealer, and I would use it all the time. It's my favorite drugstore concealer. and then I ran out of it and never repurchased it, and I ended up getting like, you know, a bunch of high-end concealers, which I like obviously fell in love with. The only thing I don't like about this concealer is the applicator. It's so little that you have to go back in a couple times, which, you know, I'm sure isn't the case for everybody, but just me, because I'm, you know, difficult and like a lot of makeup. As you can tell, look at my face. And then I'm gonna put this Pro Filter on just one eye at a time because it dries pretty quickly and I don't want it to dry on the other eye while I'm doing this eye. Oh, let's just blend that out. I feel like that didn't do anything. Like, where's the brightness? But I always been in this shade Sand. I feel like that's always what I use, but this is not bright enough. And now I'm just gonna do the same thing to the rest of my T-zone, so a little bit on my chin, and then some on my forehead. So concealer is on. Now for the bronzer, I'm gonna be using a cream bronzer from Milk Makeup. This is their, the shade Baked. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of this guy. Yes, you know. Get that brush nice and coated. I really like this bronzer, but I hate the way it smells. It smells like waxy, like super, super waxy. Well, since I'm here, guys, I figured I'd talk to you guys and let you know of some changes in my life. As you guys know, like, it's no secret that I love makeup, you know, and I love doing it, and I've always loved it. So I just recently started freelancing my makeup, which was something like I kind of like got into before, but I didn't really like take it serious, and I didn't really like put time and like money and effort into like actually freelancing. Until recently, I made the decision I want to start doing more freelancing. So I got like a whole like kit, like thing to take my makeup in when I go and do makeup on like on set or for like bridal makeup or glam sessions. Like I can go to the client's house. Lately, I've just been doing it in my house just because it's easier that everyone can just come to everything is kind of set up perfectly in my bedroom. But I did get everything for me to be able to do makeup wherever. So this year I'm really trying to focus on my makeup like as a career and start doing more freelancing, start doing some like bridal stuff, because that is a whole other ballpark that I have barely touched and just really started getting into, and it's really been a challenge for me, to say the least. I made a makeup like geared Instagram, so I have that now, which I haven't been very good with my posting lately, but I will get better. I actually need to do that like once I'm done filming. I have a couple pictures I need to post on there. Not to toot my own horn, but you guys know like I love makeup. I do it all the time. I'm good at it, but I've never done makeup like in a professional setting. Like I'm self-taught, so all the stuff that I know how to do, like I taught myself and I learned from like watching YouTube videos. So that whole side of it to me is completely new, very foreign. I've been trying to get used to it. It's definitely like, I have like these habits of, I've noticed, of doing the client's makeup, like how I do my makeup, which I hate. Like once I'm done with the makeup, I'm like, oh my god, I wish I would have not used so much, or I wish I would have done a different technique, or whatever it might be. So that's honestly been like my biggest struggle, is reminding myself like, this is a different face than yours. Like don't do your makeup, don't do their makeup like how you would do your makeup, which was something that I definitely was like catching myself doing. Like some clients don't want like a ton of makeup, even though they're coming to get their makeup done. It doesn't mean like they want you to like pound all this makeup onto their face, you know? A quick break from story time. I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes. I'm gonna be using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I mean, duh, like You guys know I've been using this powder for years and I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set directly under my eyes with this powder. I'm not gonna do my whole face because I'm gonna use other powders for that, but just go ahead and set the under eye. Okay, so our under eyes are set, and my gosh, like the world of difference that makes. It's insane. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face, and I'm gonna be using 2 powders once again because I'm a man and I have a problem. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to be using the Hourglass Veil Setting Powder and then the Lancome Absolue Powder, which is in the shade Absolute Peach, and I absolutely love it. So, mixing those two and just dusting that all over my face with a big fluffy brush. As I was saying, back to my story, I did like a bridal shoot like last week, and I worked on 2 models, one of which was like darker skin tone, and that was my first time ever working on darker skin, and that alone was a challenge. And then doing bridal makeup, which I had never done up until that point, was also a challenge for me. So I definitely have been just learning a lot and trying to get like comfortable in this whole new setting of like makeup. So that's what I've been up to lately. That's kind of why I've been a little bit MIA on my videos, because I've just been, this is kind of like a new plant and like a new baby that I feel like I need to nourish and give it just a little bit more time and like a little bit more TLC right now because it is just new. So I've been trying to like do my friends' makeup just so I can get more content to put on my makeup Instagram, which I will link down below so you guys can check it out. Follow me, please. You know, we're growing. Sorry, I kind of had to like change up my hair because it was like really giving me a headache up in that ponytail. But now on to bronzer, and I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in the shade Medium 2. And you guys already know how I feel about this bronzer. It really does make you look like your airbrush. So love, love, love. And just using a fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna do like a crazy contour. I just want to like warm up the skin and just add a little bit more color and dimension to our skin. So I don't want to go overboard, okay? Mark my words, don't go overboard, man. I gotta keep telling myself that, like, that's my mantra. Mantra? Yeah, my mantra. Just don't go overboard. Keep it natural. Less is more. That's what I'm telling myself throughout this whole video. But something else that's super exciting that's happening, I don't know if you guys noticed, and I don't even know where we'll be when this video actually goes live, but right now I currently have like, I think like 1,995 subscribers, so I'm literally 5 subscribers away from 2,000, which is super exciting. Sorry, I need to learn to talk and do my makeup at the same time because that is something I'm not good at. So January 6th of last year was when I started my channel, you guys, and that was just about a year ago. So I'm honestly really proud of myself for the growth I've had in just a year, how much better I've gotten at doing videos and editing and just feeling more comfortable in front of the camera. I like went back and watched my first video and I literally could not stop cringing. It was just, oh my god, I don't even want to bring it up because I know you guys are literally gonna pause this video and go to my first video because it's so bad. Like I had like cardboard on the side, which you can see in the video, because I thought like direct the light towards me, so like block it out of, yeah, I don't know. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. So if you guys want a nice little laugh, go check that out because it's a laugh. And a little bit on our nose too. So now for blush, I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder, what is this called? Pure Color Envy Sculpting Blush in the shade Wild Sunset. And it's very wild, okay? I know it looks very like intimidating in the pan, but it's actually so flattering when you put it on the cheeks. It just like, I love like that very like pinky, like rosy kind of a shade on the cheeks. At least for me, I think it's very complimentary, especially like around Valentine's Day. Oh my god, it's just so pretty. I just realized I also want to mix this with another blush, and I'm going to be using the Burt's Bees blush in the shade Bare Peach. This has a really beautiful like glow to it, so this is just going to add a little bit of a radiance to the cheeks. But this will as well, because this has like some radiance in it as well. And being the extra girl that I am, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of brightening powder under my eyes, because I feel like they are just not bright like I want them to be. And you can totally skip this step, but I'm just, you know, extra as could be. And I'm using the Shade and Light palette and using these two colors right here. Or no, sorry. Using these two shades right here. This one's the Lyric and this one's the Lucid. I'm going to go ahead and grab those two shades on my beauty sponge and just go directly under my eye and brighten. Same thing for my forehead. Just bring a little bit more of like a brightness back. Now for highlighter, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Luminous Powder, which I believe she calls this Moonstone. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, sorry guys, I dropped my camera, so I hope the lighting is still good. I can't really tell. But anyways, where was I? Oh, highlighter. So for highlighter, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Luminous Powder, which I believe she calls this the Moonstone. Or Moonlighting, I don't know. Anyways, we're using this powder to highlight. I'll have everything linked down below. Although, I don't think she's currently selling these or anything Jaclyn Cosmetics for that matter. I think like her website, if you try to go to her website, it's like temporarily like, you know, we're in the works kind of a thing. Like you can't really buy anything, I don't think. And then same thing goes for Morphe. Like if you go to Morphe and try and buy her products, I'm pretty sure they're not available either. So yeah, I'm not sure, but if I can find it, I'll link it. All right, I'm actually getting ahead of myself. First, I want to set my face with some setting powder, so I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray just to add a little bit more hydration back into my skin, since we do have a lot of powders going on right now, and you can kind of tell. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray this very generously, as you guys can tell. And then just taking the back of a beauty sponge and just patting that into my face and just really melting all of those powders into my skin. Now I'm just going to go ahead and grab some of that. I'm going to mix Carts as well, which is a little bit more for if you have some color in your skin, which I do right now. So I pretty much apply that to my whole cheek, just about. And then I'll go in with the damp beauty sponge and kind of just blend that. So now I'm going to go ahead and bake, and I'll be using the Maybelline Fit Me Powder. This is in the shade Fair Light, number 10. Okay, so now while we're baking, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the eye portion of this look. And I'll be using the Natasha Dennona Bronze Palette. This palette is seriously beautiful and perfect for Valentine's Day look, especially the one that I am going for today. So it's so beautiful. This is one of my favorite palettes that I have been using for a while now, ever since I got it. But my eyelids are already primed and set and ready to go. I set them with some powder. I don't really use eyeshadow primer on my eyelids unless I'm doing like a look where like I like need it. But for something like this where it's just kind of like a smoky eye, I don't really feel the need to. So anyways, let's just start. So first, taking the shade Beach, and we're gonna go ahead, oh my god. So this palette comes like with a really nice huge mirror, so I'm gonna use that to see what I'm doing. Let me just zoom in for you guys. So I'm gonna be applying, oh, that brush is not the brush I wanted. Taking that shade Beach and I'm gonna start going in windshield wiper motions above my crease. And taking a super light hand, I don't want this shade to be super pigmented because we're actually going to start, aside from this step, we're actually going to start with our lid first. So I just want to get this laid down first. So then going in with the shade Ridge, this one right over here. It's like a really pretty like caramel shade. And I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to work that on to the lid. And then going in with the shade Suntan right over here, right? Is a Suntan? Yeah, taking the shade Suntan, we're just going to deepen up the lid just a little bit more on a even smaller brush. And I'm gonna keep the shade pretty low for the most part. That brush that we use to apply ridge, and I'm just going to kind of blend those two shades together. And taking this eye kohl pencil by MAC in the shade Costa Riche, and I'm just going to apply that right on to my lash line towards the back of my eye. And just drawing a line towards the back of my eye. Then using like a little tiny flat brush like this, I'm gonna go in with the shade Deep Dive. Is that right? Yeah. Taking this shade right here, Deep Dive, and we're gonna take a little bit on our brush, and we're gonna start smudging out that liner we just did, keeping it nice and low, and adding a little bit of color at a time. And then going back in with that suntan shade and blending upwards. I want to take that deep dive just a little bit higher on the outer corner. And now I'm gonna kind of make a little bit more of like a wing with that liner. And now taking like an angled brush, I'm gonna grab that Mega shade right there, and I'm gonna start and kind of wing out that liner that we just added. It's pretty much what we should have. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. So now that our lids are done, I'm gonna go ahead and put that same liner into my waterline. And you guys, I'm gonna do this out of the frame because I'm gonna look crazy. So as you guys can tell, I apply that super sloppy. So now taking that Deep Dive shade, and we're gonna go ahead and smudge out that liner we just applied. Sorry, I know I'm like totally out of the frame when I'm doing this. And taking that beach shade, we're just going to go over that and kind of warm up that waterline a little bit, because I mean it's already pretty dark. All right, very smoldered and sexy looking. I think that's like very Valentine's Day for me. Like I know I want to look very smoldered, you know? Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera, because you guys know the drill. This ain't nothing new. And then I'll come back and we can finish the rest of our look. Pretty much all I have to do is just wipe away this bake, throw some lashes on, do our lip, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows real quick. So now that we're done with the brows, and since I did my brows after we did our whole face makeup, I kinda went a little sloppy with my brows today, so I do wanna clean them up a little bit. And a little trick that I like to do so we don't have to use creams is I like to take my Shade and Light palette, and I like to take this shade right here, Lyric, and just like a big fluffy brush, and I like to use that, and I'm actually gonna mix some of Lucid as well so it's not so bright. And I like to just take that right under my brow and just kind of like clean up. I'm so sorry that my light is like flickering. My Diva ring, it's time for a new one. I've had this thing for years and I've dropped it so many times that it's just like not cooperating with me right now. So if you see it flickering, then please just like ignore it. But anyways, we're just gonna go right under there and clean up that whole situation. It'll look like we just put concealer there. It'll look much cleaner and precise. And then we can just take that big fluffy brush that we're using to blend our crease and just go back over that and blend it. And it literally looks like we had used concealer to clean our brows. So little trick, you guys. All right, now that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe away this bake. I feel like I've been doing my makeup forever, you guys. Like, what time is it? What time did I start? I think I started at 2, so it's been an hour. It feels like I've been here for way longer than that. So now taking the cookie highlighter from Benefit, and I'm just gonna throw this on the bridge of my nose just to highlight a little bit. All right, so now I'm gonna just go ahead and throw on some lashes. All right, so lashes are on, and while I wait for those guys to dry, I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face with a little bit more setting spray because, you know, it's what I love. So I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Set Setting Spray. I love this stuff. I was obsessed with, like, when I first got it, and I was using it nonstop, and then I got some more, and then got obsessed with those, and so now I'm back to this one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spray. I'm gonna go ahead and spray a generous amount because I do want a glow today. So glow, baby, glow. All right, so now that's done, and now pretty much all that's left is to do our lip. Oh, actually, I did want to do a brow highlight real quick. I swear I always forget to do a highlight. And then again, taking that cookie highlighter from Benefit, and I'm just gonna pop a little bit on my brow point. All right, so to line my lips, I'm gonna be using the NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Beige, which again is like, says the name, a nude beige. So I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips with this guy. You know what, I actually am not feeling that. We're actually going to be taking the lip pencil, the Marc Jacobs lip pencil in the shade Oh Coca, and that's what we're going to use to line our lips because I didn't really like the direction. It was a little too beige for me, and I want like a little bit more warmth. So now taking the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Cairo, I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the center just a little bit, just to lighten it up. And then just using my finger to blend those shades together. Now for gloss, we're just gonna throw on the Dior Lip Maximizer in the shade Beige, which is I believe 13. Yeah, shade 13. And then just throwing a little bit of this in the center. Oh my god. Like whew. There she is. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of sitting there like, I don't know how this look is going. I don't know how I like it, but I actually really like it. As you guys know, I always wing my looks, and today was no exception, and in the middle of it, I was kind of like, where is this going? But I'm really happy with the way it turned out. This is definitely my kind of vibe for a Valentine's Day look. Some people can do like more of a natural look. Some people would do like more of like a red lip, but lately I've just kind of exhausted my red lip moments, so I'm like, okay, I need to take it back to like a good nude situation. I actually didn't even put any mascara on my lower lashes, which, shocker, I actually kind of like the way that it looks. I normally would do mascara on my lower lashes, but I didn't today, and I'm actually kind of here for it. Every single thing that I use will be linked down below, so if you want anything, go ahead and check that out. This is like very like sexy vibes to me. I feel like it's very like smoldered and sexy and just very feminine and flattering and all those things. But anyways, I'm kind of sounding like a broken record right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, if you made it through this whole video, because I'm sure it's a long one. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like I sound like a broken record, but you know the drill. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Anyways, I will stop talking. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.